Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Imperium Horizons playthrough. I apologize, this was supposed to be done a little bit ago, but I'm just now coming around to getting to do it. We're going to be doing a playthrough with the Polynesians, and this was the viewer requested one, so as always, if you guys are interested in seeing specific nations or anything like that, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do them. I need to finish setup here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so 15 cards for exiled from the main deck. And we're going to be doing the practice mode, so it's just running the Polynesian deck. And we've got our 12 turns to see what we can do here. So the Polynesians, they're kind of one of the more complex nations in the game. We are using the trade routes module, which will make sense here in a moment. But the main thing that they kind of do is they store cards underneath their mana and then use that to develop. So Polynesians here. Here's our state card. It says passive, or a nation card. Passive, when you would put a card into your history, instead discard it and take an unrest. And then exhaust, if we are in our Isle-bound state, pay 2 material to gain 1 mana. Anytime we're going to gain mana, the mana is from our hand, unless it says from our discard pile. But typically, if it's just gain mana, we're going to take a card from our hand and tuck it under our mana card. Our mana card here says passive, garrison any cards gained here. Garrison any cards gained as mana here, and we can exhaust it if we're in our Isle-bound state. We can ignore the Empire icon on the next card we play this turn. If we are in our voyaging state, you may draw a card from your discard pile for every 3 mana you have. So we want to try to get a bunch of mana in there as possible. We have our own nation card here, or state card. Isle-bound, it says Solstice, gain 1 mana from your hand or discard pile, so here it lets us do that. Or discard 1 mana to gain a trade good. And then we have our voyaging side. It says passive, you cannot draw cards from your deck. Cards gained via acquiring or breakthrough, excluding unrest, are added to your discard pile instead of your hand. When you play a region with that little wave icon, gain a progress and flip this card. End of Solstice, you may discard your hand to flip this and then draw a card. So that's how that works. We've got our starting stuff here. And let's just hop into it. So let's actually just finish setting up here. Okay. So let's draw up. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, 5, sorry. All right. So we're not going to use that at the moment because we do not have that over. So let's see. Let's first. Oh yeah, and we actually start with 3 exhaust tokens, but since we're using trade routes, we get an additional 1, so we start with 4. We're going to first spend our first action to play Waka Papa. So we can only play this when we're on the Isle-bound side. Passive, when you put 1 card, when you put 1 card into Legends, you may pay 3 material to return an unrest. And then it's during Solstice, if we're Isle-bound, we can draw a card. If we are voyaging, you can gain a mana from your discard pile. Sorry, I'm having a hard time speaking there. Let's flip to do Outriggers, so we can exhaust this. It says we can treat those little wave icons as 2 trade icons for the rest of the turn, and then during Solstice, we have at least 2 mana, we gain a material. And then I think I want to hold on to my material. Let's go ahead and I can't do that yet. Oh, I have to put progress out on that. I don't want to play Overpopulation quite yet, but I can't discard it, so we're going to play Overpopulation. So Overpopulation can't be discarded during its cleanup step, cannot be garrisoned or gained as mana. We can free play. It says gain 1 during Solstice, gain 1 population, then pay 3 material or take an unrest. It's worth -4 points at the end of the game. And I'm going to flip this to do Island Prosperity, which lets all players draw a card, and then we gain we'll gain material or population, but because we don't have any regions, we're not going to gain that. Okay, and we're going to end our go. So we're going to place this out. I'm going to place that there. And I need to remember to do this, but I'm going to exile cards. We can exile a card, so I need to remember to exile cards. and we're going to discard explore. We're going to discard our whole hand. So let's undo all this. We'll draw 1, 2, 3, and then that goes there. 4. Okay, so solstice time. At some point, I'm going to probably need to use some stuff to keep track of all the solstice stuff because there's just going to be a lot. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to gain a mana, and I'm going to tuck this unrest here as a mana. We can draw a card. Actually, I'm going to keep this. I would rather tuck that on as mana. So I draw a card first. Then we're going to tuck that as mana, and then we're going to gain a population and then take an unrest. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play Savai and Tutuila, which are 2 region cards. They are both going to give us a material and a population. We are then going to spend... I want to get rid of these unrests. I think we're going to spend 1 to spend this to get rid of this unrest. And we're going to end our go. I'm going to populate that there, and we're going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep Advance and Islander Prosperity. We're going to dump that. And then we're going to draw our hand up. So there's 1, 2. And then that gets placed there. And that gets placed there. Okay, so solstice time. We're going to tuck Explorers as mana. We're then going to gain a material for having at least 2 mana. We're going to draw a card, and we're going to gain a population, and we can spend 3 to not take an unrest. And I think... do I want to take the unrest is the question. We are going to... well, that's not going to do us any good. That's also not going to do us any good. Those cards aren't going to do us any good for advancing. So let's spend the 3 because I'm not going to advance on any... well, I guess I could get that. We're going to take the unrest anyway. So we're going to spend the 3 not to take the unrest. Okay. So first things first is we are going to exhaust this to treat this as a trade icon. We're going to spend our first action on Islander Prosperity. We would draw a card, but we have no cards to draw because our nation deck's exhausted. And then we're going to get 3 material because we have 1, 2, 3 those bag icons. So that's our first action. Our second action is going to be to play large canoes. So it cannot be garrisoned or gained as mana. We can exhaust it if we're on our voyaging side to discard a card and abandon this card to develop. Or if we're on our island-bound side, we can abandon overpopulation to flip our state card. And then finally, we're going to spend this to get rid of the unrest. We're going to keep, well, I guess it doesn't really matter what we keep. We're going to dump our hand. This gets unexhausted. We're going to flip these. This gets unexhausted, and this will get placed there. So we're going to draw, and that's all our whole hand is, so we don't have much really we can work with. We're going to gain a mana. We're going to discard a mana to get a trade good. We're going to draw a card, which this has been discarded, so now it reshuffles, goes to our hand, and we're going to gain a population and spend 3 materials to not take an unrest. So first off, we're going to play Tutu Te Aurora. So it says acquire a region from including from exile, or find Tahiti and free play it. You may abandon overpopulation, flip your state card, put this into Legends. Do I want to pull Tahiti out of here, or do I want to take Valley? Because if I take Valley, that's 2 more trade icons. We're going to get way more material. So I think that's the right move, is we're going to take this. So we're going to get these 2 progress. We're going to take Valley. So This will be exile a card from the market, then you may garrison a card. But we get the 2 progress, which is good. Then we can you may abandon overpopulation. If we abandon overpopulation, I think we're going to do it. We're going to abandon overpopulation, and then we're going to flip our state card. This goes into our legends. So I didn't mention this before. We don't have history. We have legends, so they go there. So that's the first action we've done. Oh, I shouldn't have done that yet because I can't do Islander Prosperity. That's okay. We'll wait to do it next turn. We're going to play Valley. Let's just exile a card. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to exhaust merchants to turn this progress into a trade good. Let's then spend this to do explorers. So this will be, we can gain a mana to acquire a region, or pay 3 material or 3 population to put 3 mana into legends, and gain the this card as mana to take the top card of the Fame deck. So we're going to gain a mana. I think we're going to use wayfinding. We're going to put that as mana to acquire Borderland. So exile a card from the market, you may garrison a card, exhaust when another player plays. Yeah, we're not going to have to worry about that right now. But we're going to take that. That gets discarded. This gets refilled. And is that all we've got? I think that's it. So we can't draw from our deck. So now we're going to do Solstice abilities. Let's pull this back. Let's exile that card there. We're going to place this onto here. So we're going to flip these over. We're a third of the way through. So we're going to gain a material for having at least 2 mana. We are going to... Do I have any other Solstice abilities? We can gain 1 mana from our discard pile. We're going to gain this to our discard pile as mana. And then at the end of the turn, I'm going to discard my hand to draw a card. So I would draw a card, so this gets refilled here, and then we're going to draw a card. Okay. And then it flips this card. Okay. So we're going to spend an action to play Tahiti. That's going to get us material, or a population, sorry. We're going to exhaust merchants to spend these 3 to flip. I think that's all we can do. So we're going to place this out onto here or here. And then we're going to remove this. Flip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Solstice time. We're going to discard wayfinding from our mana to gain a trade good. We're going to gain a material. We're going to draw a card. This goes back to our hand. And that's all we got. Okay. Let's see. We're going to play Overpopulation again. We're going to play Borderland, so we can exile a card from the market. We're going to exhaust this to trade for a trade good. So we spent 1 action so far. We're going to spend another action for Islander Prosperity. So we draw a card. Oh, before I do that, let's exhaust this to make the wave icons bag icons. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bag icons. So it's going to be 10 here. So we'll trade it, or 9. So we'll trade that for that. And then we'll spend the 5 here to advance. So we'll spend 5 here to advance. We're going to break through for this card here, Oracle. It's going to give us 2 progress. We can free play this to draw 2 cards and then discard one of them. This will come back. I think that's all we're going to do. And we're going to keep Oracle, and we're going to keep Wayfinder. We're going to discard our hand. We'll flip these. These come back. I just need to cycle through my deck as fast as I can here. We're going to place that on Scribes, and then we're going to draw. There's that. Okay. I think we're in a good spot here. So first off, we're going to add this to our mana. We are going to gain a material. We're going to gain a population, and we're going to spend 3 material to not take an unrest. And then we're going to draw a card. Okay. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to play Sweet Potatoes. I can't say their real name, so treat the little leafy icon as a bag when playing Islander Prosperity, and then we can exhaust if we're Islebound. We can abandon this to acquire a region without the little wave icon. So we couldn't get this region, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to then trade to trade a progress for a trade good. We're going to spend an action for wayfinding. We can exhaust this if we have at least 2 mana, draw a region card from our discard pile. We're going to spend our last action to... Oh, actually, I don't want to do Wayfinders. I want to do Islander Prosperity first, but we're going to exhaust that to get the 2 bag icons. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we get 10 material. And then we'll spend our last action again to advance. So we're going to spend the 5, or spend the 10 for another 5. And we're going to pull... I don't even know why I was putting stuff on that card, because... We'll get mercenaries. So free play, pay a material, or play a population to gain an action. I don't even know why I was putting progress on that card. Like I'm gonna take it. I mean, I can take it to throw it in my mana. And then I'll. Do I want to play this? I don't want to play this. We are going to keep mercenaries. We're going to dump our hand. I'm going to place this onto couriers. We're going to exile that. I need to remember to exile stuff. These come back. And then we're going to draw. Oh, that was I already put that there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our first action will be to discard this to gain a trade good with this action, with that exhaust. We're going to gain a population and then spend 3 material to not... I don't think I have this much. So I'm going to spend 3 material. I don't think I had that much. I got 10, but then I spent it for a 5. So I don't think I have all that. Okay. This gives us 2 more. Plus we're going to get 1 more back from the other thing. But we get that and don't take the unrest. We get to draw a card. I think that's it. I think that's all of the Solstice abilities. Okay. So let's first off exhaust this to trade for that. Then we're gonna be able to take that soon. We're going to play Wayfinding. So exhaust if you have at least 2 mana, draw a region card from your discard pile. We're going to spend this for Tuhunga. We can pay 2 material or 2 population breakthrough for an uncivilized card, or gain a mana to return a deal, and we can get rid of overpopulation. So we're going to dump these 2 to take this card. We'll break through for it. This gets discarded. Then we are going to... I think I might wait on the advancing. So let's go ahead and do... Oh, if I got this first, I could have waited. That's okay. Let's exhaust that for the trade icons, and we're going to play Islander Prosperity, so we'll get to draw a card. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to end the go. I'm going to keep this, I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to keep this. And we're going to discard these. This progress will get placed there. These will flip. These come back. Redraw. Okay, so solstice time, we get a material, we get a population, we spend 3 to not take the unrest, we draw a card, and we add a card into our mana. I believe that's all our solstice abilities. Okay. So, sort of interesting here. Let's first off exhaust this to spend these. It's going to let us tuck a card, an ongoing card underneath here. So we're going to tuck this under here to take the top card. We're going to garrison an ongoing card to take the top card of the Fame deck, which is Supreme. That's awesome. We're going to play this to spend 2 mana to gain or spend 2 material to gain a mana. So Supreme gives us 11 victory points, has no effect when played, cannot be discarded during a cleanup, and cannot be garrisoned under a region, but it can be placed under there. So we haven't even played an action yet. That's awesome. Okay, so then we're going to I need a flip over. We're going to exhaust this to abandon overpopulation to flip our state card. We're then... Oh, hold on. Let me do that. We're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to advance and spend 5 to take this. Couriers. So passively, our hand size is 1. During Solstice, we can discard a card if able. If you do, place a card on top of your deck. So that gets discarded. We're going to... I can't exhaust the mana yet for Couriers. That's okay. We're going to... I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip. Oh, sorry, we're going to exhaust this to abandon overpopulation to flip our state card. And then we're going to spend an action for Explorers. It's going to let us pay 3 population to put 3 cards into our Legends. So we're going to put these 3 in our Legends. And then to put this card into our mana to take the top card of the Fame deck, which is going to be Welcoming. It's a trade. So this lets us commerce. We can to gain an action. Then the owner of this may draw a card. We can profit. Look at the top 5 cards in the main deck and free play one of them. Put this card in your history. I don't think I want that out. I think I'm going to try to stick at my mana if I can. And I think that's it. I don't have any more exhaust icons. I don't have that. I can't exhaust anything. I can't play anything. I mean, I could play this to break through for one of those, but... yeah, maybe we do that. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll play, and we'll spend 2 material, or 2 population to break through for... And we'll get cultural diversity. That gets discarded. Okay, so now we go into Solstice, or we have to undo all this stuff here. Place the progress out. I might just get that just to take it. And then we're going to, now that I've put all that junk on it, we're going to do our Solstice abilities. So we can gain a mana from, it says if you're this way, we can gain a mana from our discard pile. We're going to gain, oh, that's too bad. Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't. I got this. So this goes to our discard pile. I forgot. That goes to our discard pile because we broke through. We broke through for that. So it goes to our discard pile. And then I'm going to gain this as mana for this Solstice ability. That's exactly what I wanted to do anyway. I'm going to gain material for this one. And then I'm going to discard my hand to flip this card and draw a card. Okay, that's fine. Let's... What do I want to do? Let's play Haka. It's going to let us put a card with one of these icons into our legends to acquire a tributary card and gain it as mana. So this is going to go to our legends. We're going to acquire this card as mana. And then because this passive ability, when one or more cards go into our legends, we can pay 3 material to get rid of that. Although that's not a good trade, I don't think. Because I think I can just... this gets discarded. Because I can just pay the population to get rid of that. I think that's a better trade. And then we can do we want to spend 2 here? Oh, the gain the mana has to be from our hand. Okay, never mind. Do we have any region cards in here? We don't. Okay. So we're going to end our go. So that's going to get placed there. We're going to flip. We're going to draw, and then we're going to... Okay, so we have to go into like super crazy development mode on our next 2 turns. That's going to be the goal here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can gain a mana, which we're going to do with this. We're going to gain a material. Or we're going to gain a material. We're going to draw a card. And I think that's all of our abilities there. So, first off, we'll spend 2 to gain a mana, and we'll send couriers as mana. We should be able to start developing here in momentarily. I just need to get Nafana out. And Explorers out would be great if I can get those 2 out. So maybe instead of gaining something, instead of putting that as mana, we can discard this to gain a trade good. I think that's what we'll do instead. And then we still use this ability to put couriers in here. Then... we're going to play Tattoos. It's free play. Draw a card from your deck or discard pile. So we're going to draw Nafana from our discard pile. We're going to hold on to that. We're going to exhaust this in order to get the icons. And then we're going to play Islander Prosperity with an action. So we're going to draw a card. Overpopulation, perfect. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those icons. So it's going to be 7 material. Yeah. We are going to play Overpopulation. That's a free play. We'll play... I don't want to play any of this other stuff. Can I do anything else? So I need to keep this, and that's really all I need to keep, and I'll be able to do this, and then we're able to start developing on our next go. So I think that's what we're going to have to do and try to see if we can get everything played. I just don't know how much mana that I have, if I have enough for all this. We're going to keep that as well. Okay, we're going to end the turn. We'll place that there. We'll flip, discard those. These come back. We'll draw up, and then get our last one. Well, I guess I would get that when I would draw, but okay. So first things first, we're going to draw a card. We're going to gain a material. We're going to gain a population, and we're going to spend 3 material to not take an unrest because of that. And then we have to put something as mana, so we're going to put welcoming as mana. Okay. So we're going to figure out the best course of action for this. We're going to play Nafana. So it says cannot be played unless overpopulation is in play. You can gain 1 mana. So we're going to gain tattoos as mana. Oh, I have to draw my card. I didn't draw my card yet. Yes, I did. I drew a card, sorry. I'm going to gain tattoos as mana. And then we can develop and then put this into our legends. So we're going to develop, and we have only a couple options to develop. We can't develop New Zealand yet. We can't develop Easter Island yet. We need to develop one of the 2 of these. So first we're going to develop this by discarding 2 mana. So those 2 will get discarded. We get Rorotonga. So exile card from the market during solstice, do that. So this gets developed. Then, and that was my first action. Wait, is that what I want to discard? No. I'm sorry. I want to discard this. I want to discard these 2. Okay. Then I've got to strategically figure out how to play this. We're going to spend another 1. And their card lets me draw something from my discard pile. Oh, it's this. So we may draw. Okay, so I think this is it. We're going to spend 1 to advance. We're going to spend the 5 here to take scribes to get all that progress. Then we're going to exhaust this to abandon this to flip our state card. Then we're going to exhaust mana to, you may draw a card from your discard pile for every 3. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to exhaust this to spend the 2 population, or the 2 material to put something in as mana. I'm going to put this in as mana. Then I'm going to flip my state card, and then I'm going to exhaust mana to draw a card from our discard pile for every 3 mana we have. We have 6 mana. So we're going to draw that and that. Is that what I wanted? Wait, did I have to play something? I had to play the advance to get that card. What was the other card I played? I played 1 for the advance, but what else did I play? Oh, I played Nufana. That's what I did. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, but this got exhausted. Okay. Fortunately, I can't do this. So we're going to spend an action for explorers. So we're going to pay... oh, I don't have the material. Or the population, I mean. Okay, that was a miscalculation. Hold on, let me think about this again. I don't have the... oh, this should be in here. I'll put this in here, I guess. So hold on. So that's my discard pile. Well, no, these were in here. Now I got to kind of back up. Draw a card from your discard pile for 3 mana you have. Is there a way for me to flip my card without doing this so that I could develop? I guess not. I think I'm kind of stuck with whatever I have. Yeah, I think I'm kind of stuck with whatever I have. I didn't realize I didn't have enough material. Oh, but I can use progress. I can use progress as material. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to play this for explorers. We're going to spend this, not material, and the 2 progress to send 3 cards into our legends. So that, and that. To take the top card of the Fame deck. Use a progress in place of that. Oh, okay, nice. And we got Supreme. Okay, hold on. This might actually be something. We're going to tattoos to free play, draw a card from our deck or discard pile. So we're going to draw Explorers. We're going to free play merge. Oh, I can't free play it because this is exhausted. Darn it. Okay. I thought I could free play it, but I forgot. Is there anything else I can do? Probably not. I don't think there's really much else I can do. Yeah, I think that's it. So, and I can't play this because I could flip back over and then force it to develop again. But I don't think it's going to work out. Okay, so we're going to go to Solstice. So this gets placed out. That's going to be game over. I don't think we made the 50 points, but we'll see. There's 5 progress there. We'll gain a material for that. If you are that, we can gain a mana from our discard pile. I guess that doesn't really matter, but we can do that. That comes off, that comes off, that comes off, that comes off. And then we would do this ability where we could discard our hand to flip this card and draw a card. And that's going to be the turn. Okay. So that's going to be the game. So let's go ahead and count up everything. Like I said, I didn't quite get there, but that's okay. So we're going to count up here. Let's kind of bring that down a little bit there. Okay. So we had 11 material. No, that, 5, and 1. Okay. So we have a Merchant Empire. We're on a power side, 3 cards in play. Okay, so cards in play. Let's go with, and I'm just going to stick my hand and deck together. I wasn't able to develop nearly as much. I kind of misplayed that a little bit. I got the timing of that wrong because I think we had a turn where we couldn't take a card from here. That was the hard part, is just getting cards into here. And I probably should have used the 1 card to get Tahiti out because that would have saved us a cycle. But it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to go here where we have out and play this, sweet potato. Oh, and I don't think I got rid of overpopulation. Like, it's in my deck, so I don't think, I mean, it's in our bunch of cards. I don't think I ever exiled it. Yeah, because I never got to play him. Darn it, that would have got us a bunch of points. That would have... yeah, I screwed up. One, two, three, four, five, six. Wait, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 large canoes. Okay, so that's there. Cards held as mana. We've got Sabians, cultural diversity. This is going to be this will be the only thing that like helps us. Is all the other cards that we managed to accrue. Advance and tattoos. We have garrison cards, so underneath Merchant Empire's borderland. If I can. Okay, cards and legends. And the two Supremes are going to come in handy. Okay, there's that. We've got Valley. Oh, wrong one. We've got Oracle and Golden Mask. We've got Welcoming and Supreme. Okay. Cards in hand and deck. And this is where I got kind of messed up. So we've got that. Ugh. Didn't I get an island? Oh yeah, I got this guy. And then we've got another Supreme and a Mercenaries. And I think that's it. And so we got 46 points, which we needed 50 to win. So we didn't quite get there. This deck is hard to use, I think, in the... so I've gotten 52 points, which I think is the best I've done. What really messed me up, honestly, was I couldn't exile... if I was managed to exile... if I managed to exile overpopulation, we would have won. And if I would manage to take the top card here, that would have been another 3. That wouldn't have worked out too well. But that is what it is. That kind of shows you how the Polynesians work. I think they would be a little more interesting in multiplayer or like playing against the bot because we're able to actually take some turns and do some things. Right now we're against the clock, and I think they don't have a lot to develop. So like once you kind of get the engine going to develop, then we would have been in a little bit better spot. I think too, had I got couriers out and play and gotten like a trading city or a metropolis where I could draw cards, I would have been able to cycle my I was in a spot where I cycled my deck quite a bit. But I was in a bad spot where like I dumped everything in my mana into my discard pile, and then when I refilled, I just had too many cards in my discard pile, and it just kind of messed me up to not be able to develop again. Because if I was able, because you have to develop in a certain order, you have to develop Hawaii and the other island, and then you can do Easter Island. But Rarotonga has to be in play, and then this has to be the last one we develop. Put 1 mana into Legends, and then cannot be developed unless it's the last card in development area. And then when you play it, you take the top card of the Fame deck. So then this would have got me 1 point for every 3 cards in my Legends. That would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've been 3 more points. So I just couldn't get them out fast enough. So that is what it is. But that's going to be the playthrough for today. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.